Greetings everyone and welcome back to a new video. Now today I wanted to talk about something different that I'm used to in my channel. But I felt like as someone who plays the games, especially because I just released Knights of the Old Republic 2 Let's Play yet again, because I've done a light side and a dark side run separately over the course of 4 years for both games. I don't know, I felt like I could talk about it, say something about it, because I'm a big fan of the Old Republic. I've spent thousands of hours in the Knights of the Old Republic games, and I've spent even more in the MMO. I've read this article, I've read some other articles, they all kind of say the same thing. And I just wanted to give my thoughts. People agree with me or disagree, that's completely fine. Hey, just different opinions. I'll take them all. If anything, I want to hear like other people's opinions about this, because I don't actively actually search opinions about it, so I hope maybe the comments can give me some idea. But right now I just feel like I'm very pissed off about the whole situation of the remake. I reacted to the remake. You can even see it, you can check it on my channel. I'll probably post a link on the description. I was excited, I was very excited seeing Revan appear in like actual some sort of HD render to what they wanted to have them, and thinking about being able to actually play Revan in his armor, hopefully in some sort of like new game plus or whatever, because obviously in the first game you get his like basic armor near the end of the game. I was simply excited. Revan is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I don't actively say that to people because I feel like 99% of the people agree with Revan being one of the best characters in Star Wars. So I'm like, I don't feel very unique talking about, oh, I like Revan. Who doesn't? I took a read at this article and the other ones, like I mentioned. And there's a couple things I wanted to mention. The first thing that actually, like, the active thing that pisses me off, and that's just maddening to me, is that this part, since the announcement of moving away from Aspyr Media, nothing has been said by anyone involved about the state of the game. Except for when they, as far as I remember, they removed the trailers from social media and YouTube, and they didn't mention anything anymore about the game. And people started speculating about copyright issues or rights or whatever, I can't remember exactly, but people were speculating already. And what pisses me off is just the transparency. That's it. That's literally what's grinding my gears sometimes when I hear mentions about this game. The only thing I hear about whether the game is being worked on or not, and any updates about it, are speculations from users. That's it. I never, at least as far as I know, I don't actively search it, but I follow the subreddit. And I follow some news on YouTube in terms of Star Wars, at least the ones that aren't exactly bait. I just hate how it's just not being said to us, whether it's being worked on or not. I feel like the Knights of the Old Republic is such a big franchise, just a big thing to release, just a big thing to mention or talk about, that it has to be talked about whenever there's any updates. If anything, the CEO even said, I noticed that anything I say to this becomes a headline, so that is my only comment. Well, how fucking ironic that this random guy from some morning show mentions 2 sentences, and we've had 600 articles, Reddit posts, and speculations because we have this one sentence due to no one giving any updates whether the game is active or not. And that's so maddening. Why is this not being said to us? What's the point? You know, we're left with speculations, man. We haven't had, we didn't expect any new game for 20 years. We thought the saga ended with the Old Republic MMO, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Old Republic Revenborg and every media that came after with the MMO. I feel like they kind of ruined the characters of Revan and the Exile. And while I'm not going to deep dive into that right now, I'm just saying that to a certain point within their Legends continuity, the story has sort of ended. Sure, we still have conflicts about the Mandalorians and stuff, but I felt like if people follow the MMO, I felt like the Echoes of Oblivion was sort of like the end of what we know as the Old Republic. my opinion. Well, I disagree that I felt like that was the best ending towards it, because I felt like the whole Star Wars The Old Republic MMO should have gone somewhere else with the story, and I felt like Knights of the Old Republic 3 should have been released with the XL and Revan. Yeah, that's basically, for me, the most important thing. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan of the MMO, but I did hope for Knights of the Old Republic 3 to release at a certain point with Revan and the XL, not have the XL been side-casted in some random book and be killed, and just like every single, the whole thing about the echoes of the Force, the wounds in the Force, the abilities the XL has was completely disregarded in the book, and then the MMO came. Why? I don't know. Not the biggest fan. But in terms of Legends continuity, in my opinion, Echoes of Oblivion was sort of where it ended. The whole, at least, I wouldn't say the Old Republic saga, but I definitely feel like Revan's story ended with Echoes of Oblivion. And that's the only thing we have for the games. After that, we've just had crumpets of releases from the MMO that doesn't really have much to do with the Old Republic anymore, as far as I care. There's no comics being released anymore, and ever since Disney's acquisition, no one really talks actively about the Old Republic as much, except for the MMO. No one really releases any media anymore that has to do with the Old Republic. If anything, I believe the MMO is currently the only thing actively being worked on within the Legends continuity, and we don't have anything else. And as someone who's a big fan of the expanded universe, and I'm not the greatest fan of the new canon, I'm still stuck in the Legends continuity, and I feel like that's the Star Wars I know, that's the Star Wars I love. I felt like to finally release Knights of the Old Republic Remake, I don't know if they wanted to canonize it. I think it was going to be non-canon because they just wanted to actually make a remake of the story. But I don't know if they wanted to rewrite it to a certain point to make it plausible within canon, whatever that means, because as far as I know, the Old Republic is so long ago that I feel like it shouldn't have any impact within the story of the 6 movies. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is it's just that the game is just not being updated to us. No one is saying anything about it. It's all speculations. And I just need to hear something about it. I feel like I should be hearing something about the game. That's simply it. That's my complaint, all right? I've said it. I dare to say it. I'm pissed off, okay? I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I am angry. I am laughing right now, but when I heard the news, I wasn't like visibly angry, but I was just annoyed. I'm like, oh man, really? I don't like seeing people talk negatively about this game. I'm gonna be real. I don't enjoy it. It's just I mean, no one should be enjoying something negatively, but I also just lost any hope. Like, I was always hopeful whether the game was going to release in 2027 or something. Like, hell, I'm fucking used to the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to take like 10 years from now on anyway. So it's like, I'm used to game development taking so long for games that I love that I'm just like, you know what? I'll just kill some time with other games, and when the time comes, I'll play it. But again, it's just so much bad news for the Old Republic. I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm just tired of hearing bad news. And I'm tired of this fuck saying that I can't say anything because it will become a headline. And I'm like, then fucking say it. Because you say that is my only comment. So therefore, your comment is probably going to be something headline worthy. Because you're the one that can say it's not being worked on. I'm sorry. You could also say development is difficult, but we are working on it. There's 2 different answers. It's either you're not working on it or you are working on it. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't care about excuses. I don't care about, oh, it's too difficult. I want to hear whether you are actively working on the game or whether you are not. And if you are on pause, is whether you are planning to do it or it's going to go to another studio. We need answers, bro. We need answers. That's my opinion. That's what I had to say. I'm just tired of games with these shitty news about speculations and postponing them indefinitely and not giving any concrete answers. And I'm just tired, man. I want to play games. Real life sucks, and I want to fucking delve into the Star Wars universe because I love it. I wouldn't want to be there because I'd be killed within a minute. I just want to be brainless and just play some Star Wars. And it's like everything that I love every time is being taken away. We've had it with Star Wars 1313. We had it with a Republic Commando sequel. We've had it with a Battlefront 3 from Pandemic or some other studio. We've had it for Knights of the Old Republic 3. We've had it for so many other games. I feel like Star Wars is the biggest franchise with the most cancelled games. It's ridiculous. It's just, I'm just tired, man. I'll say it. My 2009 or 10, my brother, we have parents that if it's my brother's birthday, I still get a gift. We kind of have like we kind of share it. Like even on my birthday, my brother gets something. My brother got in the Republic. No, he didn't get it. No, I got Republic Commando as a game to try it out, and my brother got Knights of the Old Republic 2. But for any fans of the Old Republic 2, my brother was very small. Like he was like 8 or 9. He didn't understand how to equip something, and he wasn't able to get past the door of Paragas with the plasma torch. So, little brother asked his big bro to help him out. But then my brother said, you know what, you go play the game, because I'm not actually that interested. You know, he was young, he wanted to have some action, and this was like heavily story based, and he didn't have the mind for it. Cue me, instantly knowing what to do. I kept playing. I was like, holy shit, this is so good. I kept playing it, and I finished the game unmodded because I didn't understand mods. I also couldn't mod it because I lived in Spain and the dialogue.tok was in Spanish. So every mod that was in English would break my game because I didn't have the English dialogue options. It was all subtitles were in Spanish. But that later were fixed once I installed it on Steam. I had it on a disc. But yeah, I played it, I finished it, and I wanted to play the first one. But I couldn't because, as far as I remember, it wasn't on Steam, and I had no knowledge on how to get the game online. I just knew I had to get a disc. Whenever I bought a game, it wasn't digitally. I always had to buy a disc. That's how it worked, at least for me. Couldn't find it anywhere. Then I finally was able to find it. The laptop didn't work for the game. I had to buy a specific laptop to play Knights of the Old Republic. And then I finally did it, and I finally played it. And since 2009 or 10, because I was otherwise too young for the releases, I've been a massive fan of the Old Republic. The MMO came out, I was even more excited. I started playing it, and I loved it at the time. Obviously, now I have some mixed bags about it, but I still love it. And I hate it. I'm just trying to say, I'm a very big fan of the Knights of the Old Republic. It's what I grew up with. I grew up with the games, and I feel like these news are just killing my childhood, and that's what I'm sad about. I just want to have answers, and I just wanted to share my story about how I got the games and stuff, because why not? I wanted to have some lighthearted story before talking shit about this again. And yeah, I hope in the future we get to hear something about this, whether it's being worked on or not. I'm not going to talk or think about it anymore until any news come up, because I'm tired of speculations. I'm tired of negativity about it. I'm not going to follow anything until I hear yes or no. That's what matters. That's the only thing I care about. Anything else is just dog shit. I'm not going to follow anything. I don't want to hear your shitty, I know it's anything that I say to this becomes a headline, because that is just complete childish behavior. I feel like you should be honest and say what should be said, and that's it. We're fucking grown men. But this is my opinion about the remake. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired, Chief. I'm tired, boss. I'm just tired. I'm very tired about hearing this. And this isn't the only game I'm tired about, because this is happening lately with gaming, and I'm tired, man. Because even if this game will release at some point, I know it will become a fucking buggy mess, and they're going to apologize, and patches will come down the road, and I know this is probably going to happen, and I'm also tired of that. I just want to have a game out of the box working decently and just call it a day. That's it. Did you fucking dare even think about microtransactions? Imagine locking Darth Revan's skin for the game. Like, you want to actually have... You can get the light side version for free. You know, the Starforge one, the white and the light brown colors. You want to get the dark ones, but you got to pay $15 to get it working. Hell yeah. Per playthrough. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, I'm just tired. Let me know your thoughts about it. I'll probably talk about it in the comments at least, and then that's going to be it. Yeah. I know my video wasn't exactly concrete. I didn't have any plans on what to talk about exactly. I just wanted to get my frustrations out and talk about a little bit about the game. And that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to do. And that was the most important thing for me. Anyways. Thank you all for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, speaking of Knights of the Republic, remember I have a couple Let's Plays on my channel. I have Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 with a light side and a dark side run, so a slightly different story. And I've done the same for the Knights of the Old Republic 2 saga. I also stream them on Twitch. That's where most of my Let's Plays are being recorded, and then I later post them on YouTube. And don't worry, yes, there's a starting soon screen all the time, but on the description I always put the time stamp when the video actually starts so that people can just skip ahead with the click of a button. Yeah, a little bit of a shout out to myself. Anyways, thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys. Peace.